Okay, tell me you haven't ever wondered if we're all just actors in some gigantic cosmic illusion.
Especially on days when loneliness feels like the only real thing, Mankutima might have been onto something about solitude and Maya.
Hang tight, Balor. We're about to pull apart what DVG was really saying. Let us get everything set up.
Okay, so here's a question that feels very 2026. We're living through what the US Surgeon General has officially called an epidemic of loneliness. The health risks are apparently comparable to smoking.
It's staggering. We have more tools for connection than ever in human history, yet we're feeling more disconnected.
Exactly. And yet, if you look back at wisdom from someone like D.V. Gandappa in his Mankutima Nakaga, the advice seems to be the complete opposite of what you'd expect. The answer to this deep ache for connection is to learn how to be alone.
That feels so counterintuitive. It's like telling someone who's thirsty to stop drinking water. But of course, with DVG, it's never that simple, is it?
Never. He has this one verse that just perfectly frames this tension. It says, "The treasury of Brahma is a knot of attachments and troubles. Do not ever say, I have no part in this."
Okay, so he's not saying to become a hermit. He's acknowledging we're stuck in the messy web of life.
Right, but then he drops the key line. You are solitary in the inner world, a servant to the outer world. Integrate your life, Mankuthima.
Wow. Solitary inner world, a servant to the outer. That's it right there. He's splitting the self in two. The outward-facing person has duties, connections, roles to play. But the inner self, the antaranga, as he calls it, is fundamentally alone.
And that focus on the inner world is why some scholars point to a sannyasi or renunciate temperament in his work. It's not about physically leaving the world. It's about cultivating an inner detachment, a core of solitude you can always return to.
This is where modern psychology actually catches up with him. There's a huge distinction between loneliness, which is an unwanted, painful state of disconnection, and solitude.
Right. Solitude is the voluntary act of withdrawing to be with yourself. It's restorative.
Exactly. Loneliness is a deficiency. Solitude is a skill. It maps perfectly to what psychologists Baumeister and Leary called the belongingness hypothesis back in '95. They argued that the need to connect is a fundamental biological human drive.
So when that need isn't met, we feel the pain of loneliness. It's a survival signal, like hunger.
But DVG's point, and what research now supports, is that if you choose solitude, you can actually self-regulate. You calm anxiety, you reflect, you recharge. You take your social connections into solitude with you, in a way through memory and reflection.
So DVG is basically saying, train yourself in the art of solitude, so the state of being alone is no longer a threat. It becomes your home base.
And then he takes this idea of aloneness and just explodes it to a cosmic scale. This is where we get to Maya.
The big one. He has this other verse that starts with a question from the Creator's perspective. How can I remain quiet and alone? I shall grow bored.
Wait, the creator of the universe gets bored?
Apparently. The verse continues, so Brahma wished, I shall emerge in a crore of forms. That very expansion is Maya. Our existence is within that Maya, Mankutima.
Okay, that changes everything. So Maya isn't just an illusion in the sense of something being fake. It's the tangible, created universe that exists as a direct solution to the problem of ultimate cosmic solitude.
It's the cure for divine and we.
The universe is a story God tells himself to keep from being bored, and we are the characters in that story. That's Maya.
If you take that as a framework, it has fascinating psychological implications. Think about our own lives. That feeling of listlessness, of ennui. What do? We seek stimulation. We connect, we create, we scroll, we consume stories.
We emerge in a crore of forms on social media. Oh, wow. So our own mental state is a fractal of the cosmic condition. Our tendency toward anxiety, overthinking, cognitive distortions. You could call all of that the Maya of the mind.
It's a beautiful way to think about it. It's not a bug, it's a feature of consciousness itself. From the macro down to the micro, we are designed to expand into complexity, to avoid the void of simplicity.
But this is where the big existential question comes in, right? If our entire reality is this grand cosmic play, this Maya, is anything we do real? Does my suffering matter?
That's the trap. And that's why DVG's grounding in Advaita Vedanta is so important. Vedanta philosophy proposes two levels of reality. There's Paramarthika, the absolute ultimate reality, Brahman alone.
And then there's
Then there's Vyavaharika, the empirical or transactional reality. That's our world. That's Maya. Within this empirical reality, your experiences are 100% real. Your joy is real, your pain is real, the rules of physics are real.
So DVG isn't saying, your problems are an illusion, get over it. He's saying, your problems are real within this layer of illusion, so learn the rules of this layer.
Precisely. The wisdom isn't in trying to violently escape Maya, but in understanding its nature. To see the stage, the actors, and the play, all while you're still acting your part.
Which brings us full circle, back to that first verse, the practical advice for living in 2026.
The grand instruction, Ontisiko Jivanava, integrate your life. Be that servant to the outer world. Fulfill your duties, engage with your connections, be a part of the grand play of Maya.
But, and this is the key, simultaneously cultivate that inner solitude, that unshakable core that is just an observer, the part of you that remembers this is all an expansion, a beautiful story.
Yeah. In an age of performative connection and deep-seated loneliness, the path isn't just more connection. It's building a foundation of voluntary, powerful solitude first. You learn to be with yourself, truly.
So you can engage with the world from a place of fullness, not neediness. You master being alone, so you are never truly lonely. That's a profound thought to end on.